Stephen Curry floats back to earth as Warriors fall to Toronto in Game 4. 2 nights earlier, Stephen Curry produced the finest postseason game of his transcendent career, a 47-point masterpiece. He did all he could. On Friday night, with Thompson and Looney back in the fray, Curry suddenly became mortal, not magnificent. He still scored 27 points. He is Steph Curry, after all, but he didn't find the rhythm, didn't make a splash, didn't seize the game and twist it to his liking. He struggled to put it this way: Curry tossed up an air ball with 2:29 left in the game, on an innocuous 15-footer he's probably made thousands of times. Curry had stitched together a sensational playoff run, but for the first time in nearly a month since the Western Conference semifinals against the Rockets, he was corralled most of the night. "They've been aggressive all series and trying to take space away from me and Klay," Curry said. "I missed some shots, obviously. I am sure they were a little bit more focused on us too, considering how Game 3 went. But they'll look at the fifth. Fred VanVleet and Danny Green were the primary defenders on Curry. They gave him some Raptors head coach Nick Nurse even briefly called for the box and one defense he used with success in Game 2. This time, the Warriors didn't seem to look for Curry as much as usual, probably in part because Thompson quickly rediscovered his shooting stroke. Curry scored only. We've been playing a certain style for a long time here," head coach Steve Kerr said. "The ball moves. It wasn't Steph's best game, but he'll bounce back." Curry was essentially a one-man show Wednesday night. He went 14, he slapped his fingerprints all over the game, in other words. Then, on Friday night, with his team's season suddenly skidding toward extinction, Curry practically blended into the background. Is that even possible? He ultimately made 9 shots in 22 attempts, including only 2 of 9 from long distance. By the fourth quarter, finally, he made a three-pointer and then dropped home a floater, drew the foul and converted the free throw. That made Curry's fun. Alas, much like Game 3, he couldn't save the Warriors no matter how hard he tried. And now Curry and Ron Kroachik is a San Francisco Chronicle staff writer. Email Twitter. Related slideshow 2019 NBA Finals provided by Iman.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.